All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the KnoBallPod. I am Lewis, along with my co-host Luke.
What's up, guys?
And today we have yet another super exciting episode for you guys. So much to talk about, so much intrigue, so much sports news. Where to begin? I'll tell you where we'll begin. We'll jump head first into the NFL, reviewing Week 1 reactions, Week 1 overreactions. So much to talk about. Before we get into anything, though, I think it's probably best, let's cover the two elephants in the room. We'll start down south with the Carolina Panthers. What a disappointing game.
It's absolutely awful.
What a disappointing game. The coaching, horrible. Bryce, bad. Run game, underutilized. Defense, unestablished. We could not get anything going. The coaching was bad. At times, Bryce looked good. He was making good decisions, rolling out of the pocket, made some good throws. But he turned the ball over 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, turning the ball over 3 times is definitely not a winning recipe, especially when you can only run the ball less than 60 yards in a game. Bryce Young's completion percentage was 51%, so either he was not getting the ball out on time or his receivers weren't getting open. Combination of both is a very quick way to lose that game.
No doubt. But again, I think there's a couple other fingers to point as well. I mean, obviously, I have to look at a couple guys on offense, times where we're throwing the ball, people aren't turned around. I'm really disappointed in Leggett. He was just not a factor in this game, and he should have been. He was targeted 7 times and only caught 3 balls. They were disappointing catches. Again, we're very underutilized, but he wasn't giving Bryce any reason to throw him the ball, really, for the most part. It was super upsetting. The run game, we've got to get Rico Dowdle in rotation more. Rico is a solid running back. We don't need to force everything on Chuba here. I mean, again, 3 carries. 3 carries from a 1,000-yard rusher. Are you serious? Get the ball in the kid's hands more.
Yeah, and I mean, Chuba Hubbard didn't have a great day either. 16 carries on only 57 yards, which boils down to 3.6 per carry. If you're able to get exactly 3.6 per carry every single time, you'll be good. It's those times that he got stuffed, and those times were frequent.
Yep.
I mean, he had a good handful of 8 to 10 yard runs, but just as many runs that were -2, -3 yards.
That's right.
So that offensive line needs to step up, give Bryce some protection, and start run blocking.
I mean, and you hit the nail on the head with that. The offensive line was absolutely atrocious. Austin Corbett could not figure out the snaps. A lot of bad snaps. And I think him and Bryce, hopefully this week, have spent some serious time practicing, because that's embarrassing. What have you been doing all offseason? Is this your first time taking snaps? He's 5'10". Don't snap the ball. You're not snapping to Cam Newton anymore, man. Well, he was never snapping to Cam Newton, but you're not snapping to a huge guy. He's small. Get the freaking ball down, man. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, and I mean the defensive line was as just
Horrendous.
equally as bad as the offensive line. You had no pressure here. Let's look at the stats real quick.
I saw ESPN posted Trevor Lawrence was the least pressured quarterback in Week 1.
Not a single sack in that game. 1 tackle for loss. Obviously, no fumbles, no fumble recoveries or anything. But
I mean, one career highlight for J.C. Horn with that jump interception. But again, when we're making Travis Etienne look like prime Barry Sanders, we need to take a step back.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go on record and say this: Nick Scott is a freaking bum. Get him off the field. Lathan Ransom should be playing over him. He's a bum. He should be cut today for his horrendous performance. Get him off.
Yeah, it was a rough game from Nick Scott. The only bright spot on that defense for me was, like you said, J.C. Horn's interception, but Trevon Moehrig had a pretty good game too. But he's having to make up for the terrible play of his counterpart safety, Nick Scott, obviously.
That's right. So hopefully going into week 2, We play Arizona. A lot of people have Arizona favored in that game. Kyler looks good. Marvin Harrison looks good. I think they got a really good running back room kind of established with James Conner, the old vet, Trey Benson, who I think is on his up-and-coming way. Decent O-line. They are coming off a win. But we have had their number. So if there's something to look positive on, we've beaten them a lot recently. So
yeah, for sure. And the second elephant in the room, my boys up north.
That's right.
Comeback win in the fourth quarter against the crooked Chicago Bears. Aaron Rodgers' kids in Chicago took a fat L to J.J. McCarthy in the fourth quarter. I'm being specific, only the fourth quarter did they lose. That was not a great game from either side. As a Vikings fan, it pains me to say it, but those first three quarters were absolutely awful. To be honest, that's almost what I expected coming from a rookie quarterback. Well, not really rookie, but this was his first game-time action since the college championship a couple years ago. So I expected him to be nervous. He got those jitters out around the time he threw that pick six, coincidentally. And he was just ready to let that ball fly afterwards. So,
yeah, and again, I think Minnesota, they have a lot to build on positively. Again, it's like we were talking about just before the show here. McCarthy did not look good the first half, but his bounce back, his drive, his poise is something you don't really see a lot from quarterbacks in that situation. And it's like we were saying, if I'm a quarterback and this is my first NFL game and I come out and I throw a pick six, mentally that's it. That's the night. That's wraps. I'm checked out. My confidence is gone. I haven't been able to do anything. But again, it looked beautiful. He played a great game, and there's a lot there. And again, the mistakes he made, they're clean. That you can clean those up. They have momentum. They have things to work on. There's a lot of good. There's a good bit of bad. But again, what you want to see is, especially so early, is glimpse.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to see light at the end of the tunnel, and I think it's only game one, and you don't want to overreact. But just off of what we saw, the tunnel is long, but we see light.
Exactly.
On the other hand, switching to Caleb Williams, maybe there's not so much light at the end of that tunnel. He didn't have a horrible game, went 21 for 35, 210 with a passing touchdown. However, he did take 2 sacks. But it's kind of upsetting when you have an offense of that caliber and an offensive line of that caliber, why is the ball not being slung more? I mean,
bless you.
Thanks. He didn't look incredible throwing the ball. And I think if you don't see improvement on that, he has no excuse.
Yeah, I mean, I think this question you're asking is a tricky answer, but one thing I will say, I got to hype my boys up a little bit. That defensive front is absolutely nasty. Javon Hargrave getting those 2 sacks in his first game as a Viking is pretty stinking good. Yes, they have a good O-line, but the defensive line was better. Constantly getting pressure to Caleb. They might not have those stats, but it's obvious that that defensive line affected the game. And I'll turn towards coaching here a little bit. The last couple years when we have played the Lions, Ben Johnson has known exactly what to do to get right under Brian Flores' scheme. That battle between those two coordinators has been ruthless the last few seasons. And I think this game, Ben Johnson did as much as he possibly could, but Caleb Williams, at the end of the day, lost them that game.
Yeah.
I just don't see Caleb Williams being able to fit into the scheme that Ben Johnson likes to run, because that scheme has been effective against the same defense.
No, I agree. Again, there's a lot of things that I just don't like. You didn't get Luther Burden involved in the game at all. You didn't get Colston Loveland involved in the game. You only threw the ball to DJ Moore five times. I mean, he had 68 receiving yards on 3 receptions, so he did what he could with the ball. I mean, obviously he loves throwing to Rome, but you're not you're not putting the ball in the hands of some of your playmakers, especially these guys that you drafted high. And again, I know it's week 1, but you want to see something, and I don't think we saw anything. DeAndre Swift, 17 carries, only 53 yards. That's horrendous. That's absolutely awful. 53 yards on 17 carries.
Well, I would like to say how good our run defense is again, but I do think they could have schemed that up a little bit better to get open.
And even so, man, like, I'm not denying the Vikings have a seriously good defense, but the Bears have just as good of an offensive line. So it's shocking to me that you expect some back and forth, but it really wasn't back and forth.
Mm-mm.
It was dominance from Minnesota.
Yep.
So.
And it wouldn't have even been as close of a game if that pick six wouldn't have been thrown, and then we didn't let them score in the fourth quarter in garbage time. So,
again, if I'm Chicago, I am not happy right now. I am scared of what this season is going to look like. But, again, it's week 1.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
There's a lot of stories we can overreact. I mean, the Chiefs had a horrible opening night. Xavier Worthy missing time.
The overreaction aspect of what you just said flows us perfectly into our next bit. Week 1, overreactions or fair reactions. We have a few storylines. We'll start with the Chiefs.
They didn't look good. That was the worst opening night of Patrick Mahomes' career. Again, when you're having your own players injured, I mean, Xavier Worthy's injury is pretty much.
That should never happen.
Yeah, I mean, that was Travis's fault at the end of the day. No disrespect, but it's just the truth. Justin Herbert looked like Peyton Manning out there. It was a beautiful game on his part, and I don't want to take away anything from the Chargers, but for the first time ever in recent history, since the Mahomes era, Kansas City's last in the AFC West.
It's glorious. It's absolutely glorious.
And again, it's interesting to see, and I think they're with Rashee Rice out for the first 8 weeks, and now Worthy being gone.
Hollywood Brown stock is up.
Kansas City might
off waivers.
And Pacheco didn't look great. I mean, honestly, you can make an argument by the trade deadline. I think KC will be lucky to be 4-4.
Yeah, I mean, you look at their first 5 games. It's a rough schedule. They're starting. I think they're going to start off 1-4. To be completely honest, we'll pull up their schedule here real quick. Let's see. Okay, so they lost to the Eagles. They have the Giants this week. That'll be the game I think they're going to win. Wait, that was preseason. I'm confused. No, this was preseason.
No, so they played the Chargers on Sunday.
Yeah, they played the Chargers.
And then they play the Eagles on Sunday, which is this Sunday, which will be a loss.
Loss.
Then they play the Giants.
Win against the Giants.
That's a win.
Loss against the Ravens.
Loss against the Ravens.
So that's 1-3 to open the season. Then they have the Jaguars, and who knows by week 5
what the Jaguars are going to look like.
The Jaguars might be really good, or the Chiefs will beat them by 1 point.
And then they play the Lions, loss. Raiders.
Maybe. We'll have to get to that.
Maybe. Commanders, loss. Bills, loss.
Definitely
Trade
loss.
deadline.
Yeah.
Probably losing to Denver on the road there too.
And maybe even the Colts.
Their momentum keeps
the Colts
up.
put some points on the board last week. That offense looked very good.
It's not a good look. And speaking of not good looks, holy garbage bonfire. What the heck is going on in Miami?
Oh my dude, Miami is absolutely in flames, which is ironic with how much water they have around their stadium.
I've never seen such a fall from grace. Tyreek Hill looking bad.
They're
Tua.
cooked.
Tua looks horrible. Horrible.
Absolutely cooked.
Mike McDaniels might be the guy to blame here, man. I think I would not be surprised if they don't turn this around quick. I'm not even going to say end of the year. This guy's gone probably by week 8, week 9.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really rough spot to be in for the Dolphins. It seems like McDaniels has lost the locker room completely, and it's only week 2 at this point, gearing up for Thursday Night Football as we film this. But A-Chain, his only production came in garbage time. They let the Colts score on every single drive. The Colts did not punt a single time. Their punter was in high heaven this weekend. While Miami did run the ball decently, Tua was absolutely garbage.
Horrible.
It's terrible.
And just to really icing on the cake, it's not like they played against Josh Allen.
No.
It's not like they played against Lamar Jackson.
They played against the Colts and Daniel
Dimes. You want to talk about a guy that looked like Peyton Manning. I mean, the sheriff is back.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a new sheriff in town.
Indiana Jones.
I like that. Daniel Jones looks borderline elite. And it's so shocking to see that, obviously such a quick turnaround. But then you have to even question, are the Giants, maybe it's always been a problem with the Giants. Brian Daboll has not, that was his quarterback looks bad. Now there's a new quarterback in town, and he still looks just as bad. Like, maybe at the end of the day, there needs to maybe be some conversation with the Giants. Maybe they can't coach. Maybe they don't have it figured out.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Daboll is a very interesting guy. Like, he likes to think he knows what he's doing, and he can never end up showing it on the football field. I mean, it should be Jameis Winston season right now, and then turn it over to Jackson Dart week 8. I mean, like, that offense was absolutely atrocious. I didn't see anything that I liked from them, besides some of the screenplays to Scatabo. I think Scatabo will be good. He just needs to get out of New York to a team that can scheme plays up for him, but...
Well, that's just the thing. I mean, I think honestly by the end of the month, we'll see Jackson Dart probably taking snaps, and I think that should be. Continuing on, Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers comes back and destroys his own team. Well, doesn't destroy, but wins in a 34-32 win in MetLife Stadium. Jets can't seem to catch a break. Obviously, they have a lot to be happy about. The Justin Fields. He's back. That Garrett Wilson connection is going to be fun to watch all season. And I think that the Jets are still going to make noise this year. I think that this is Aaron Rodgers was just playing with a chip on his shoulder. And again, I really don't think that's going to be sustainable. The only reason I think is the Steelers have some weird voodoo magic where they were guaranteed to always win 9 games.
Yeah, well, will this be the year they do not win 9 games? Because that defense looked terrible.
It did look very bad.
Besides T.J. Watt, there was nobody helping him out at all.
And again, especially once you get into some conference play, I mean, again, you've got to play Baltimore 2 times a year, Cincinnati 2 times a year.
Split.
Heck, dude, even Cleveland, they might have some stuff going for them on offense. So this could be the year it happens, but again, they always find a way.
They're going to win 9 games.
They always find a way.
And let's look at the flip side of the Steelers' defense being awful. The Jets can run the ball. Breece Hall looked good. Who else did they have running the ball?
Fields was running.
Yeah.
I mean, of course he was. He always runs the ball well.
Yeah, and I mean they even lost their first round guard, AVT, so he's out for the season. They still managed to run the ball 39 times for 190 yards against the 13th ranked rush defense in the league.
Yep.
If you're the Steelers, that is absolutely not okay.
Yep.
That you can't be allowing that. That's just not sustainable at all.
But here's what I'll say about the Steelers, man. Again, it was a decent game from them. But, again, you won off a 60-yard field goal. And, again, dude, you get into the dog days of the season, November, December, you're playing Buffalo, you're playing Baltimore, Detroit. You're not winning that. You're not winning those games. Those aren't games you're going to win. So I think it's honestly, for lack of a better word, I mean this game was a fluke that the Jets just kind of lost.
Yeah, the Jets I think should have won this game. I don't know. Aaron Rodgers looked like he was back in his prime, which we all know that's not going to last.
Yeah.
Next storyline we got, the Baltimore Ravens.
Man, what a game that was.
What happened?
They blessed us with one of the best Monday night football games I think I've ever seen in my life, or Sunday night football games I've ever seen in my life.
This is already up there for one of the best games of the season. I mean, so far it is the best game of the season.
No doubt. And honestly, it might be one of the best games of the decade.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. Derrick Henry, almost 200 rushing yards. All he needed was, 2 yards? And bro fumbles the ball.
Sometimes running the ball is not always the answer. Ask Pete Carroll. It is surprising, and it was a pivotal turnover, but man, there's so much to dissect on this game. The Ravens looked so good in the first half, and then Buffalo looked so good the last the last 11 minutes of the fourth quarter. But here's what I'm going to say. The MVP race is going to come down between two guys this year. Josh Allen and that boy in the NFC, Jaden Daniels. Those two quarterbacks, in my opinion, were the two best quarterbacks in Week 1.
I would be inclined to agree.
I think what this game shows from Buffalo is it's Buffalo season. This might be the year they finally get over that hump.
Yeah, and I mean, they did not give up. Yes, Baltimore did make a huge mistake in that fumble and a mistake with punting on fourth down, which is oddly surprising because Harbaugh's an analytics guy, and analytics said to go for it. They punted, minute 30 left. Allen marched down the field, and Prater hit that, 50-something yard field goal for the win. That's rough. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're a darn good football team, and you're going to let Josh Allen march down the field on you with a minute 30 left. Yes, he's the former MVP.
But that you can't do that.
You can't put the ball back into Josh Allen's hands with a minute and a half left, down 2 points. You can't do that. Down 3, well, think about it. Down 2, absolutely not. Yes, they had a new kicker. Yes, he hadn't kicked for 2 years. Yes, he is also one of the better kickers we've seen in this sport. You can't do that.
Yeah. It was just a bad look on Baltimore. But again, what a great game. Shifting focus from NFL, college football, Week 2. And I think it's safe to say that the Charlotte 49ers are an abysmal franchise.
Sell the team.
I've never been so ashamed to watch football these last 2 weeks. The App State game was one thing. The Chapel Hill game, just so bad. The energy in that stadium was there for all of 1 minute. Chapel Hill comes and scores in 58 seconds. But the thing that really gets my goat, really irks me more than anything, is how close this game could have been. Charlotte could have easily won this game if they just didn't suck. Coaching, Tim, what are you doing? Why do we play so conservatively? We have nothing to lose.
We're literally losing.
Air the freaking ball out, man. Get in your bag. Dig in the playbook. Running it on third down does not win us games. It doesn't, and I'm sick of it. Air the freaking ball out, man. Air it. Throw it. You got a good receiving core. Use it. It's ridiculous, man. I'm sick of every Saturday. It's so bad. And I get Chapel Hill is probably a better team than us, and they had the recruits, and they had the money. But damn! What are we doing?
We waited in the rain 3 hours for this game just to watch us run the ball on 3rd and 20 every single drive.
And there's nothing good about this team, man. There's no Harrell through 2 games, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Woo! 200 passing yards through 2 games, 280 passing yards through 2 games. CJ Stokes, starting running back through 2 games, 25 carries, 56 yards, 0 touchdowns. We have 1 receiver with 100 yards on the season. Through 2 games, it's 131 receptions. We have no turnovers. We got 1 fumble to our name. Holy crap! There is nothing positive to say about this. We're still snapping the ball horribly. Our defense still looks bad. The pressure was a little better this week, but it was still horrible. We're not getting the ball in the hands of the guys that can really make plays. Our best receiver, Sean Brown, is not even on the field. He has 2 receptions through 2 weeks, man. That's horrible. It's ridiculous. We're missing field goals. We're dropping passes. We're not being smart in the pocket. We're not rolling out when we should be. We're rolling out when we shouldn't be. We're throwing crappy balls.
Blowing tackles.
We can't tackle. What is there good to say about this team? And we play an FCS school this week. Maybe we'll win. Their quarterback through 2 weeks has almost 900 passing yards. Their number 1 receiver has more receiving yards than our quarterback has throwing yards. Oh my gosh, dude! Fix it! I was thinking maybe this is the season we'll get a bowl game. Screw that! We're not even. Can we win a game? Can we win something? It's so bad, man. It's just so hard to watch. I'm done now. You can. What's your opinions?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely brutal. Charlotte showed up and showed out. 19,000 fans in that high school stadium. 3 points on the board.
The whole game.
3 points on the board. We'll just say that one more time. 3 points. That's all we had.
We only got in the red zone 3 times that whole game. The kicker missed a 28-yard field goal. Cut him! Let me go out there and kick. I'm making that.
Let Aaron walk on, bro.
I mean, gosh, dude.
Bring somebody from the soccer team. It really doesn't matter. Anybody can kick better than our current kicker.
And again, man, the coaching. I love Tim, man. I like him a lot. Stop with the checkdowns and the runs on 3rd and 11. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked. Biff tried it. It didn't work. And where is he?
Interim head coach in Michigan.
Not on our team. He got fired. And Tim's going to get the same result. Block. Run a 2 tight end set. Block the tight ends. Air the ball out. You got guys that can throw. Let them.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I saw this game at all that was somewhat in the realm of positivity was Grayson Loftus. He was able to move the offense down the field in garbage time. We had already lost that game. Yes, he did throw 2 picks. One of them was a Hail Mary, so that doesn't really count. The one he did throw, he was just trying to air it out, get some points on the board. You can't blame the man. He had nothing to lose.
I truly think that Loftus should be our quarterback going into this week. Harrell has given me no hope for him to play. Loftus has shown glimpses.
Yeah, I mean, he threw for 110 yards in like 2 minutes. Connor Harrell has thrown for 280 yards in
2 games.
118 minutes.
I mean, what else can you say? I really hope like this week 1 of 2 things happens. Either we go up by so much that Loftus gets play time, or Harrell has such a bad game that Tim is forced to put in Loftus. Because one way or another, I'm telling you, this guy should be the starter for this team. And they should be should be embarrassed for how bad they're playing, for how unorganized they look. They should be embarrassed to represent the school. That's all the truth. And I hate to say it, I love this team. I love them to death, and that's why I say this, because it's so hard. It's so hard to watch. And there's no sign of them caring or fixing it. And we go into conference play next week, and oh my gosh, we're going to get destroyed if we don't fix anything. There is still a season to salvage here. But we have got to fix everything now.
Yeah.
And we have to. So, that's all I'm going to say.
Moving on from that. That was a very emotional bit. College football for this week. We have some decent matchups. This should be a good game. We'll see our ex-Niner Purdy sitting the bench for Wake Forest, hosting NC State out in Winston-Salem tonight. By tonight, I mean last night when you guys are seeing this. Besides that, got Oregon and Northwestern should be a solid game. Wisconsin, Alabama. Alabama should win that. Probably still be a decent game. Got anything else? Georgia, Tennessee. That should be a good game.
That'll be a crazy good game.
That'll probably be the best game of the week, in my opinion.
Yeah, this week is kind of a chopped week. South Florida versus Miami. That's going to be good. But I mean, this is throwaway week. A lot of schools are playing FCS schools. So nothing crazy this week, but it's college football, so it's always going to be good.
Exactly. Got anything else? Week 2. We can do some NFL Week 2 storylines real quick. Finish up with that. So, no, you're good, man. The Giants. This QB situation that they're in. They say they're going to ride with Russell Wilson. I think they should put Jameis Winston in. Russell Wilson is a NFL veteran. He has been in this league for many years. Correct me if I'm wrong, he won a Super Bowl, right? I know he lost one.
He did lose one.
Goal line pick, but get that man off the field.
He's not cooking anymore.
On the bench. He needs to be out. I don't know why he's still playing. I don't think he should have started. Jameis Winston should have started. I don't know why he's on the team, to be completely honest. I mean, you drafted Jackson Dart. You don't need 2 starting quarterbacks in front of Jackson Dart. Let's see what else we got.
Big storyline coming out of this week. Brock Purdy out 2 to 5 weeks. Mac Jones makes his return to starting quarterback status for San Francisco. Obviously, this week, not a big deal. They play New Orleans. How bad New Orleans looks, man. I could be the starting quarterback for San Francisco this week, and we'd probably still keep it a close game. So not a bad game for him to come in and play. I do kind of wonder how that's going to affect San Francisco in the long run, especially in the playoff race with such a tight division.
Yeah.
But something there to definitely talk about. Philadelphia, Kansas City this week. Obviously, that's an exciting game. Super Bowl rematches are always fun. But I think the Eagles are going to absolutely destroy. And, that's all I pretty much got.
Yeah, tonight we're prepping for Packers Commanders. Should be a heavy-hitting matchup tonight for Thursday Night Football. It's an amazing Thursday night matchup. We're not used to having good games like this. Usually we get some crappy teams like the Titans versus the Browns, Saints,
Matchup of the year.
Something terrible like that. So this beauty of a game is going to be very exciting. Two playoff teams that looked impressive in their openers. We'll be able to talk more about this next week, but the Packers offense looked good. They were firing on all cylinders last week against that Lions team that should be good. They were pretty bad. Dan Campbell looked absolutely lost without his two coordinators, which is exactly how I thought it was going to go. Not saying that they can't turn it around, but it's going to be a minute.
It's not necessarily surprising, though. I mean, obviously, when both your coordinators leave, it's going to be you're taking a step back. You're trying to figure out things. So it's a process. I don't necessarily mean now in saying that doesn't mean Detroit is back to pre-Dan Campbell days. I think it's just this season might start rocky for them while they try to get their footing and stuff like that.
Exactly, and I mean tonight will be a good visual of if the Packers were that good or if the Lions were that bad.
Yep.
The Commanders have a solid offense. Deebo Samuel rejuvenated his game last week against whoever they played. Can't remember, but the Commanders will be all in on stopping Josh Jacobs, the workhorse up there in Green Bay.
Yep.
So we'll see how that plays out. I'm excited. Would you have a prediction for tonight?
I'm going to go Washington 28, Green Bay 21. I think Washington's offense is just going to be quicker. I am surprised to see that, especially on ESPN, they have Green Bay favored so heavily. And they are playing in Green Bay. There's no doubt. Obviously, that's the home field advantage. But again, stick with my guns earlier. I think Jaden Daniels is him, and I think that he's gonna play better ball.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a bad take, Drew. I apologize in advance. I absolutely hate saying this as a Vikings fan, but I do think the Packers are gonna win this one.
Band-Aid off.
Yeah, I gotta rip it off. The hair came with it, but I think the Packers are going to win this one in a shootout. It'll probably be 32-28, 32-27, somewhere in there. The Commanders will hang points on the board. I could see if this gets to overtime, them getting the best of the Packers. The Packers aren't the best team in overtime. Matt LaFleur can easily choke in overtime. We've seen that in the past, but I like the Packers in this one. Absolutely pains me to say it, but I sure hope that the Packers lose. I just don't see that happening tonight.
Yep, no doubt.
Especially in Green Bay.
For sure. I mean, obviously, Lambeau Field's a special place. It's a totally different environment. So, but is there anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, on behalf of Luke, and Lewis, this has been the KnoBallPod. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Look for us next week. We'll be back same time. Go ahead and drop a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to follow us on Instagram where we've been posting updates. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week.